Hi everyone, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and this is part 2 of my mega unboxing. I only have a few decks left that are on my pre-order Kickstarter train. I have, let's see, 2 more decks that are, 2 more tarot decks. I have a few, no, I lie, 3 more tarot decks. And that's it, you guys. I think I'm done for a good long while. And I know everybody says that. I've said it a million times. But seriously, the decks that I'm showing today and the decks that I've been recently receiving has solidified exactly how I feel about my deck collection. I feel positive and happy with it now. I feel like it is complete. And so, yeah, this one is definitely going to be a rounding of my completion of needing to collect decks. So without further ado, now let's take a look at the Light Seers Tarot by Chris-Anne Donnelly. And I did mention that in part 1, that Chris-Anne Donnelly is also the creator of the Muse Tarot. She did this as a 2-part Kickstarter project where it was 2 decks. And you could either pledge for one. I don't know. I guess you could pledge for one or the other or both. I chose both because I resonated with the images deeply with both. So, like I said, I am definitely, when I do my Tarot Collection 2019 video, I'm waiting for 2 more decks, 3 more decks that are supposed to come in the later part of the year. I am going to then start identifying decks that will be in giveaways, that will be gifted, and that will be sold or trade it. Preferably the top 3. I don't really want to trade at this point because the part of what I'm trying to do is shrink my collection down with decks I love, not increase it. So, all right, guys, now let's get serious. Let's get to the Light Seers Tarot. Hello, everybody. Hello again. Thank you so much for joining me for this lovely unboxing of the Light Seers Tarot. And I'm super excited about this. This is a first edition. I backed it on Kickstarter. I know that sometime later in the year or early next year, she'll probably be coming out with a mass-produced version of this deck on Hay House. So if you didn't get your hands on this one, you can be rest assured that probably a less expensive option, but probably just as equally as gorgeous, will be coming to you from Hay House at some point in the future. So I'm excited for her. Congratulations, Chris-Anne, for that. I'm sure that was thrilling to get that news, right? And you deserve it. You make the best decks. So I've already taken it out of the box. If you watched my Muse Tarot unboxing, you already know kind of both of them came in a bundle with some goodies here. We had some postcards that were included that she signed. Probably won't even use them because she signed them. There was something for the Muse Tarot here. And then this is for this guidebook, I believe. It looks like maybe the Light Seer or the King of Cups needed to be added to Guidebook. And I know she was working like the dickens to get these decks done and completed. And so sometimes these things happen where, it didn't get double checked, but I'm not mad at it. It is what it is. I know that that's not going to take it all away from this deck or experience that I will have with it. Chris-Anne Donnelly, the Light Seers Tarot. And it says a journey of shadows and sunshine. And I do already have her Sacred Creators Oracle that I've loved dearly for many moons now, and I can't wait to use it in conjunction with this deck. And I'm going to be doing some deck interviews. I have some recorded, but I need to do some more because I need for my own personal knowing of how I'm going to be using the decks. So I'm going to take this out here, and so I see she has them like so in this like container, but I'm gonna have to probably keep it that way. I like the smaller box too. The Sacred Creators came with a much bigger box, which is, whatever. It also made it luxurious, and that was back when I had a lot of room for decks, and now I don't have as much room. So that this smaller footprint of a deck it makes me happy. Here's the backs. So it's matte with the cards being the shiny parts of it. And in comparison to her, she did a dual Kickstarter for these 2 decks. She is thebomb.com. She created 2 decks. 2 decks. It's talent right there. And tenacity, and go get them. I love it. So this box is bigger, but it also came with a guidebook, and this one did not come with a guidebook, but it has one digitally. Okay, I'm going to move you back over here. We've got the cards. Look at the book for a minute. Oh, it is chunky, guys. It is a chunky guidebook. But she and guidebooks are also her thing. She created, with the Sacred Creators Oracle, a beautiful book. Big, full book that goes into depth for each card. So I'm not surprised that she did the same for the tarot. I mean, yeah. Oh, I love it. Look at that. Let's see. Dearest Light Seeker. She says, thank you so much for supporting my she says, Dearest Light Seer, thank you so much for supporting my very first tarot deck. When I started creating this set, I was determined to create a healing deck, one that pulled from the Rider-Waite-Smith tradition, but that also incorporated some Thoth wisdom. I imagined a deck that was aligned with contemporary spiritual experiences and 21st century life. And that included relatable, free-spirited characters who felt a lot like boho sunshine. I also imagined a deck of intuitive guides who were authentic enough to be digging into truth and unveiling shadow aspects as they shared their wisdom with us. Oh, I won't go and read all of this. I'm going to read this later. This book is probably an entire book later. Because I love, that's what I did with her other book, with the Sacred Creators. I still, even when I read with that deck, that Oracle deck, I still pull the book out because her wisdom and guidance is so beautiful. And I have no doubt it's the same for her guide for her tarot. Hashtag Light Seers Tarot, healing with the tarot. Getting started, choosing your light and shadow cards. She goes into upright cards and reversals. Reading with the cards. Choose your card. Read your card. Intuitive reading tips. Nice. I love that. She gives you some questions on how to do intuitive interpretations of the card. She has some card spreads here. I love that. Quite a few spreads. She goes into the majors. And then it looks like... Oh. The major. Okay, so she's got the full Light Seer, key concepts, Light Seer, Shadow Seer, experience overview, the Fool's message, like maybe some sort of quote here. It goes on to this page, questions for the seer, light from the community. She's got like some messages. Maybe it's from Twitter or Instagram. I'm not sure. That's cool. I'll read up on the guidebook later on where they came from. Oh, that's beautiful. The Trust Fall spread. The Magician. So I think she had something. This is part of the Kickstarter thing where she asked for input from people, and I think that's who she was thinking there. Yeah, I'm digging this. Digging it. Cannot wait to read this book. All right, so let's get started looking at this gorgeous deck. Take that off. Oh, and I wanted to see the King of Cups. Oh, and I love how she has the title up here with "You're at Pentacles." Let's get to Cups. Okay. So I can go ahead and put the cups there now. Oh, she just added to it. So it's in there. She just added love. But here it's generosity, emotional balance, patience. Oh, she has patience. They have creativity, the unconscious, someone friendly and wise. Diplomacy, she has a wise and supportive leader. So that's what needed to be added. So I could basically cut this and put it like so, like that. I might keep it like that though. We'll see. I might stick it on there. Thanks, Chris-Anne, for a thoughtful way of updating the book. I appreciate that. And I will do that. All right, so here are the card backs. Gorgeous. I will be doing a tarot combo with the Sacred Creators with this deck. And I want to show you. I don't have the Sacred Creators down here in my little office, but I will for my tarot combos video. Here's the backs though, to the Muse and the Light Seers Muse. Guys, I'm so in love. Do you know what I'm going to be doing this weekend between readings? Playing and studying these decks is what I'm going to be doing. Oh, I cannot wait. Oh, and mailing off giveaway prizes that I've got to do that I'm late on. Sorry, friends. Forgive me. Some of them I don't think claim their prizes, so I've got to email you guys and say, hey, you got prizes coming, I need your address. And one person who's like, hey, what about me? Don't worry, I got you. All right, so beautiful cardstock, just like the Muse Tarot. Very good cardstock, like the Sacred Creators Oracle. So I'm not surprised, and it probably look at that green gilding. Yeah, so gorgeous. Here's the full. Here is the Magician, the High Priestess. Love the High Priestess so much. Obviously, I'm a boho kind of gal, so I obviously, when I saw the moment I heard she was making the deck, I've been on her IG looking at her images ever since I heard, and I'm glad I heard early on so I could back it because I'm so happy it's out. Look at this. Look at this gorgeous Empress. Oh, look at the Emperor. Chess. Ram. Taurus. Keeper of the Soul. The Hierophant. Traditionally, I love it. That is a happy Hierophant. That's good. There's the gorgeous Lovers. Oh, I cannot wait, you guys. It's like, I cannot wait to use this deck in a reading. The Chariot. I wonder if the cards are going to be slightly wider with the Light Seers Tarot on Hay House. You know how Hay House is their standard size. And that makes me very happy that I got this deck because I love Hay House decks. I have a love-hate relationship with their card size. It's not too big like some of like Blue Angel or the old Rockpool Publishing sizes. They're not as big as that, but they're also, they're wide, and I prefer narrow tarot cards. I'm a little forgiving on Oracle cards being wide because they're usually under, 60 cards, 50 cards on average, maybe even smaller than that. So they could be wider. But when it starts to be 78 plus cards, wide and thick, it's too much. And y'all know how I like to shuffle. Here's the Hermit. Love the Hermit so much. And it's out of order here. Again, I think that what happened was she must have been doing some like double checking, making sure everything is good, and I'm okay with that. Here's the World. Gorgeous. Got the dice on her neck. Yeah, I love that. Here's Justice. Nice. Yeah. Here's the Hanged Man. Here is Temperance. Oh wait, I don't want to skip Death. That's what I was trying to do, is have Death to the side. Here's Death, or Rebirth. I like Death, Rebirth. Gorgeous. Temperance. I cannot wait till the end of the year when I do my, here's the Devil, when I do my 2019 deck collection video. I'm waiting for how many more decks? 3 more tarot decks. So I probably won't be doing a full deck collection videos series until like probably November, December of this year. I'm gonna be a busy lady during that time, the Tower. But it's because I have 3 highly anticipated pre-order Kickstarter decks that I want to get into my collection. Then in the new year, I do plan on purging out quite a few decks that I'm no longer vibing with and only keeping what I am. The Star. The Moon. Gorgeous. The Sun. I'm feeling the vibes. Oh, Judgment. Feeling that rebirth right there. The World. The all-inclusive world with her rainbow dress. Love it. We got the Ace of Wands. I love it's borderless. I am not someone who would discount or count a deck out because it has borders. I also am not the one that will cut borders. So I'm now in my making sure I'm only adding decks that I really like. Now I'm starting to have to be really selective down to borders because my collection has grown. 2 of Wands. This artwork is just amazeballs. 3 of Wands. Oh, look at that. 4 of Wands. Trying to get it to focus. 5 of Wands. I like the 6 of Wands. Lovely 7 of Wands. Very diverse, this deck. You know what deck it'll also play nicely with, I think? Surprisingly enough, is The Angels and Ancestors by Kyle Gray. I know it'll go great with many of my other, I have some really cute, funky oracles that it'll go with, but I saw this image right here and I thought that would be pretty against one of the, what's her name? Lily, shit. I think her name is Lily Moses, who does the artwork for The Angels and Ancestors. Here's 8 of Wands. It's very thought-like. 9 of Wands. I like the 9 of Wands. Wands. Page of Wands. Knight of Wands. Oh, happy Queen of Wands. King of Wands. Nice. Here is the Ace of Cups. Love that. 2 of Cups. Gorgeous. They both fill each other's cups up. Nice. 3 of Cups. One of the best I've seen. Alright, we got that first leg done. Let's get to unboxing this one. Here's 4 of Cups. I'm probably going to get a little nice little case or something too. Oh, I have a case. I had a long story. I'm going to be doing quite a few unboxings today, so you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm going to do some special cases for this one. And probably the Muse, because I don't want to mess up the box. 5 of Cups. Love that. Oh, look at the 6 of Cups. Oh, look. That's so cute. 7 of Cups. So many options to choose from. I love that. 8 of Cups. Walking away. Going on higher ground to feel better about things. 9 of Cups. And that big old emotional fulfillment with the 10 of Cups. Oh my God, this is deck. Page of Cups. Knight of Cups. Oh. So they're gonna not that's so fun. Queen of Cups. King of Cups. Ace of Swords again. Love this. Gorgeous. Like my little thingy. My Amalite. So cool. Ace of Swords. Spiral of her mind. Spiral staircase. Oh, so gorgeous. Two of Swords, beautiful. Oh, agony. 3 of Swords. I am in love with the 4 of Swords. I always have been. It was one of the first images I saw that she had posted on Instagram, I think it was. And I was like, yeah, I gotta have this deck. I have to because of this little nest. 5 of Swords. Oh, I love the 6 of Swords. It's one of the cards in a deck, in a tarot deck, that's my make or break. And I know everybody has their one. It's the Death card for some, or the Queen of Swords for others, but for me it's the 6 of Swords. I know, weird, but has sentimental value for me. The 6 of Swords in general. So 7 of Swords, that's a good one. Love that. Love it because, you know, this is a thief. He's probably needing to eat, but he's taking away and stealing. I don't know. It's an interesting way of looking at the 7 of Swords. I like it. 8 of Swords. Wow. What is she laying on? She's bound up, she thinks. Tied up. 9 of Swords. Wonderful. And 10 of Swords. Wow. Powerful. Curious. The 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords. Love this. Can I pass it up? Yes. Says painful endings, crisis, devastating loss, being stabbed in the back, an opportunity to find deep healing, an opportunity to find hope, resiliency, and change. Shadow Seer, or the reverse, is failure, endings, resisting the inevitable, not wanting to let go of negative emotions. Rock bottom, a narrative rooted in lack and helplessness. Devastating loss sometimes indicates recovery. Yeah, sometimes it indicates the opposite of the 10 of Swords, depending on how the flow of the other cards in the tarot spread is picking up or reading. And it says she watches the first signs of dawn tickle the landscape, and she longs to feel the sun's warmth on her skin. After that devastating ending, she began to heal. She is finally coming to terms with everything that has happened. Processing is a process, she whispers and continues with her mantra. No more swords, just healing. No more swords, just healing. Wow. Wow. And she has a specific message from the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords comes to us in times of blinding truth, when disillusion is lifted. Sometimes the truth is painful and jarring because it indicates betrayal or personal loss. This card can mark an abrupt end to our current path and a difficult resolution in the form of a broken relationship, a blocked idea or dream, a fractured partnership, or a discontinued story. While these endings feel severe while we are experiencing them, the most potent seeds of hope are always planted in their place. If you're going through a period of deep transformation and closure, know that you must allow yourself space to heal from past trauma and that you will become stronger and more resilient with time. Our wounds teach us about our greatest strengths and illuminate our innate ability to mend our bodies and spirits. With time, your wounds will help you find new beginnings and great joy, and your dark night of the soul will be met with a beautiful new dawn that is filled with more light than you've ever experienced. And that's so true. Remain open to love and joy as you process this ending and look to the sunlight that awaits. Watching the sun peak over the horizon is the highest test of a bruised heart. Questions for the seer. Our wounds are often our greatest strengths. What have you learned through your challenges? If something in your life is coming to an end, it leaves space for something new. Name the new. How much do you trust others? And then in her written words, I am healing every day. Love that. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Page of Swords. Knight of Swords. Queen of Swords. I love how she actually has like the depictions too of like what we would expect like a King of Swords to look like. He's got white hair. When I think of like, people are like, can you tell me what my future mate's gonna look like? I know people actually ask for that when they give readings. And if, you know, a court card came up and it was the swords, for example, the cooler look is what I think of when I think of somebody representing for the swords, like this guy. Ace of Pentacles. Cool hair, you know, like, and white hair even, and pulled in a ponytail, unique, different. Two of Pentacles, chiseled fit. I can go on and on about that guy, he looks good. Two of Pentacles, love that Two of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Six. Seven. Eight. She's getting her work done. What is she doing? She's got candles, books, herbs. Sit in a modern chair. I love it. Moons. I guess. Nine of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. Love that. Love that one a lot, actually. Page of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. I love the handwriting too on here. I love that. Knight of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. This is another card that drew me in when I saw it. I was like, I gotta have this deck. I bet it was that way for many of you too. And here's the lovely King of Pentacles. Wise man. Now, let's just shuffle these. I have to, with such a beautiful, thick, matte cardstock, I have to shuffle them in sections so I don't damage the card. The gilding on my Sacred Clears is still in such good shape, even though I shuffle my cards like this. Let's see. Oh, yeah. It's still a little sticky because it's matte, but that's okay. I'm going to work with these decks so that way I can do them in client readings, but I've got to first get them where they will jump like that. And how I do that is by constant use of the deck. By, put my mic back in, by constantly using the deck, it starts to wear it where then the jumpers easily come out. And I really exclusively only work with jumpers. Got an Ace of Swords. Whoever knows one. Got Seven of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. Let's shuffle these out. So yeah, just shuffle them like so. Separate this. I'm in love. I am in love with my Light Seers Tarot. Thank you, Chris-Anne, for making such a gorgeous deck and for having the strong will to see it through, see this project through, and then also having the energy to do not just one but two decks that you are launching. I just am impressed. I'm just really impressed. It's a really gorgeous deck. It really is. There's not one card that I saw in here that I did not like. Not one. Not one. So yeah, there you have it, folks. There you have it. This is the gorgeous Light Seers Tarot by Chris-Anne Donnelly. I've been waiting a long time for it, and it's finally in my hot little hands. I'm so excited. Tell me what you guys think. Do you have this deck yet? Are you planning on getting the Hay House version, even if you have this deck? Or are you just going to wait for the Hay House version? You didn't kick back it on Kickstarter or pre-order it, which is fine, of course. I'm just curious to hear about your journey to getting to the Light Seers Tarot. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye.